3. Now we will go with the shrinkage of concrete. So shrinkage, the term shrinkage is used to describe the various aspects of volume change. It is shrinkage is the thing, but the change in volume. So the shrinkage is the term shrinkage is used to describe the various aspects of volume change in concrete due to loss of moisture at different stages due to the different reasons. So that volume change in concrete due to the loss of moisture content at different stages due to different reasons. At different stages means it may be in the condition of fresh concrete, or it may be in the condition of hard concrete. Different reasons means there are some factors which affect the shrinkage. So the shrinkage is nothing but the shrinkage is defined as it is the change in volume. It is the change in volume in concrete due to loss of moisture content at the different stages due to different reasons. So the volume change is one of the most detrimental properties of concrete, that is one of the most important properties of concrete which affect the long term strength and durability. Due to this volume change, the long term strength and durability will get affected. The long term strength and durability of concrete will get affected. So the aspects of volume change in concrete is important from the point of view that it causes unsightly cracks in the concrete, and that is called as concrete shrinkage. Due to this volume change, the cracks will appear on the concrete. It may be in the surface of the concrete, or it may be in the internal portion of the concrete, around the internally around portion of the concrete or any specimen. Okay, the concrete component. So due to this volume change, that is due to this shrinkage, the cracks will appear in the concrete. That is called as concrete shrinkage. So one of the most objectionable defect in concrete is presence of cracks. So you all know that is the one of the most objectionable defect in the concrete. So particularly in floors and pavements. So one of the most important factor that which contribute to the cracks in the floors and pavements is due to shrinkage. That one of the main factor which contribute to the cracks in the, it may be in the floors or it may be in the pavements, and that those cracks will appear due to shrinkage. In the floors and pavements, those cracks will appear due to shrinkage. So it is difficult to make the concrete which does not shrink and crack. It is only the objection, that is only the question of magnitude. But if some care should be taken, then we can prevent this shrinkage and cracks to some extent. I'll tell the next in further those. So the as the shrinkage is an inherent property of concrete, that is the shrinkage is an inbuilt property of the concrete. It demands a greater understanding of the various properties of concrete which influence its shrinkage characteristic. As I have told, there are some care should be taken to prevent this shrinkage or prevent this developing of cracks in pavements or in floorings due to some extent, by only when we understand the things or understand the various properties of concretes which affect the shrinkage characteristics. So it is only when the mechanism of all kinds of shrinkage and factors affecting shrinkage are understood. It will be possible when only all the mechanism of shrinkage and factors affecting shrinkage are understood. So an engineer will be then the engineer will be able to control and limit the shrinkage and cracks to some extent, or in the body of concrete. So when this mechanism of shrinkage and the factors affecting shrinkage understood thoroughly, then only engineer can able to prevent these cracks and shrinkage in the body of concrete, and those will body of concrete. So there are next is classifications of shrinkage. Classification of shrinkage, in there are four types of classifications: plastic shrinkage, drying shrinkage, autogenous shrinkage, carbonation shrinkage. Okay, so now we'll go through the for your syllabus you have to study plastic shrinkage and drying shrinkage. We'll go through those. So first one is plastic shrinkage. Plastic shrinkage is nothing but the movement of water in concrete when the concrete is still in a fresh state or before it sets. That is what plastic shrinkage. The plastic shrinkage is contraction of volume due to water movement from the concrete while still in the plastic state or before it sets. So what is plastic shrinkage? Plastic shrinkage is the contraction of volume. This is also volume change due to water movement in the concrete while it's still in a fresh state. That is what plastic shrinkage. So the movement of water can be during the hydration process or from the environmental condition leading to the evaporation of the water that resides the surface on the wet concrete. So this movement of water can be due to the movement of water can be due to occur during the hydration process or from the environmental condition. Environmental condition means in the case of evaporation, by means of evaporation, when the water resides on the surface of the wet concrete. When the water resides on the surface of the wet concrete, then only it will get evaporated, right? It will get evaporated. So this movement of water can be happen during hydration process or due to evaporation process. So the more the concrete bleeds, the greater the plastic shrinkage should be. The more the concrete bleeds, the greater the plastic shrinkage, because bleeds means bleeding is nothing but flowing or coming out, right? So more the concrete bleeds, the greater the plastic shrinkage, because plastic shrinkage is when the movement of water or the change in volume in the concrete due to movement of water while the concrete is in still fresh state, still before it sets. Okay, that's why it is called as more the concrete bleeds, because when the concrete is still in fresh state, then only the concrete will bleed, right? So more the concrete bleeds, the greater the plastic shrinkage should be. So plastic shrinkage is proportional to cement content and therefore inversely proportional to water cement ratio. So therefore the plastic shrinkage is proportional to cement content, okay, and therefore inversely proportional to water cement ratio. If the water cement ratio is high, then the bleeding will be high. So that's the water cement ratio will be more, then bleeding will be more. If bleeding will be more, then plastic shrinkage will be more. If shrinkage will be more, then cracks will be more. So ultimately the concrete will be reducing its strength. So that's why it is inversely proportional to the water cement ratio. So concrete shrinkage of this type manifests itself soon after the concrete is placed in forms, while the concrete is still in the plastic state. So as I told, itself is start to change its volume while it's after getting placed into the forms. Forms is nothing but in a mold. When you when you place the concrete in the mold, as soon as it starts to shrink, while it is in a still plastic state. So loss of water by evaporation from the surface of the concrete or by the absorption of aggregate by the subgrade is believed to be the reason of plastic shrinkage. So these either evaporation or absorption, these are mean to be the reason of plastic shrinkage, because these both can happen or occur only in the fresh state of concrete, only when the before concrete the before concrete is to be set. So that's why these two, the loss of water by evaporation from the surface of concrete and the absorption by aggregate or by subgrade is believed as the main reasons of plastic shrinkage. So the loss of water results in the reduction of volume. So as I told, if there is a loss of water, then the reduction of volume will occur. The reduction of volume means again cracks. So that is the shrinkage will be more. Reduction of volume is nothing but change in volume. That is what the shrinkage. So the loss of water results in the reduction of volume. That is nothing but shrinkage. So the aggregate particles or the reinforcement comes in a way of subsidence due to which cracks may appear at the surface or internally around the aggregate or surface. So due to this loss of water, due to this reduction of volume, the cracks may appear on the reinforcement or in the surface of the aggregate particles. Okay, it may be at surface or at internally around the aggregate or reinforcement. So due to reduction of volume, due to this loss of water, the reduction of volume will occur, and due to this reduction of volume there will be development of cracks on the surface or internally around the aggregates and reinforcement. So plastic shrinkage is in concrete can be reduced mainly by preventing the rapid loss of water from the surface. So as I have told, there are some precautionary measure as I was saying in the beginning, there are some precautionary measures we have to take that we can prevent the shrinkage and cracks. Okay, that we can prevent the shrinkage and cracks. There are some precautionary measures that we have to go through. So this can be only happen that plastic shrinkage in concrete can be reduced mainly by preventing the rapid loss of water from the surface. So because when you prevent the loss of water from the surface, then there is no reduction in volume, then there is no shrinkage, there will be no shrinkage. So the main point you are to prevent this shrinkage is to prevent the rapid loss of water from the surface. So this can be done by the precautionary measures, as I told. This can be done by covering the surface with the polyethylene sheeting immediately on finishing of the operation. So by this the evaporation will not take place. By covering the polyethylene sheets immediately on finishing operation, the evaporation will not take place. By fog spray that keeps the surface moist, or by working at night, fog spray by spraying the moisture content, moisture also, it will keep the surface moist. Okay, as it get dried early, it will lose its water content. So that's why it is important to keep it moist. So use of small quantity of aluminum powder is also suggested to offset the effect of plastic shrinkage. So use of the aluminum powder is also considered as one of the measure to prevent the effect of plastic shrinkage. And similarly, expensive cement or shrinkage compensating cement, the use of expensive cement or shrinkage compensating cement can control the shrinkage during the setting of concrete. It can control the shrinkage during the setting of concrete. So by this using this shrinkage compensating cement, the bleeding will be less and the evaporation will be less. So by that the shrinkage will be less. So these are the some precautionary measures which we can take at the plastic shrinkage stage when the concrete is in fresh state or before it sets. So next is drying shrinkage. Just as hydration of the hydration of cement is an overlasting process. As the hydration of cement in concrete is overlasting process, same the drying shrinkage is also an overlasting process. Same the drying shrinkage is also an everlasting process when the concrete is subject to drying condition. Because see, after the setting of concrete, it should be kept for drying. It should be kept for drying process. So as the see, when you mix the cement with water at any time, there will be hydration of cement. It is everlasting. So same, the drying of shrinkage is also everlasting. The loss of free water contained in hardened concrete does not result in any appreciable dimension change. The loss of free water contained in hardened concrete, when the concrete is got hardened, then the water present in that on that surface of that concrete will not result in any change, because already the concrete has got hardened, right? So that presence of water on that surface does not change any volume or any dimension, but it is the loss of water held in gel pores that causes the change in volume. It is the loss of water that held in gel pores. Gel pores means gel voids. In that, if the water loss from the gel pores or gel voids, gel is nothing but again it is the hydrated cement and water, paste of hydrated cement and water. So it is the gel is the paste of hydrated cement and water. So when the pores are nothing but voids, so when the water will loss from gel pores, that will cause the change in volume, because when the water will loss from that gel pores, that will get reduced, the volume get reduced. So that's how it affect. So under the drying conditions, the gel water is lost progressively over a long time, as long as concrete is kept in drying condition. So as long as concrete is kept drying condition, the gel water will lost progressively over a long time. So cement paste shrinks more than mortar, and mortar shrinks more than concrete. See, the cement paste shrinks more than mortar, and the mortar shrinks more than concrete. Why? Because in cement paste there will be only fine cement, and that is cement is nothing but fine powder and water. Okay, so when the bleeding takes place, the water will flow. So that's why the shrinkage is more in cement paste. And when in the mortar also, there will be only fine sand, cement and water. So as compared to concrete, the shrinkage is more in the mortar. That's why cement paste shrinks more than mortar, and mortar shrinks more than concrete, because in concrete there will be a coarse aggregate. There will be coarse aggregate more than the cement and sand, cement and fine aggregate. So that's why the cement paste shrinks more than mortar, and mortar shrinks more than concrete. So concrete made with some smaller size aggregate shrinks more than the concrete made with bigger size aggregate. As I have told, when there is a presence of fine aggregate more, when there is a more amount of presence of fine aggregate, then there will be more shrinkage, okay, than the presence of bigger size of aggregate. That's why in the proportion of mixed design, the mortar the fine sand is more than cement, and coarse aggregate is more than fine sand. Okay, that like the 2:4:6. For example, the 2:4:6, it means that is if 2 kgs of cement, 4 kgs of sand, and 6 kgs of coarse aggregate, that is of 2:4:8, right? The magnitude of drying shrinkage is also a function of fineness of gel. The magnitude of drying shrinkage is also a function of fineness of gel. So as I have told, when it is more occur in the gel pores, so that's why the magnitude of drying shrinkage, again I am saying magnitude is nothing but the extent or extent of the drying shrinkage is the function of fineness of gel. So the finer the gel, more is the shrinkage. That's why the finer the gel, more is the shrinkage, as I have told, because gel is consist of hydrated cement and water, right? So finer the gel, more is the shrinkage. This is about drying shrinkage. In next video session, we will go through the factors affecting shrinkage of concrete. Thank you.